Flip Out is a stand-up parlor effect that combines two classics of magic, the 52 on 1 gag and the Magician's Insurance Policy. But when you combine two classics, do they make another classic? Well, let's find out as we go through the good, the bad, and the rest of Flip Out. And I'll even go through an alternate handling I have towards the end. The good. Flip Out is created by Sean Taylor, and the basic premise is that you bring out an envelope with a prediction. A card is selected and you claim to have the same card in the envelope. You ask if it's red and then they say no, which allows you to make the red on the back gag before revealing the card to be the Ace of Spades. This is wrong once again, but then that allows you to do the further reveal of it's the only card that is face down, hence the 52 on 1 gag. You show that there's only one card face down before turning the whole thing over to reveal their selected card, the 8 of Spades. This is a good and quick routine which runs about 5 minutes and allows you the space to pad it out with your own lines and jokes. This routine is great as an opener or middler or even standalone if you're an MC and you want to fill time in between the schedule of events. It can be done in one, which means you're the only person on stage. You don't need to bring anybody up. You just need to get the card selected by the participant when they're sitting down. So use a jumbo sized deck or something like that so that they can see. No, not jumbo. Jumbo index card, that's the one. This is handy for those times where you want to be the center of attention on stage or restrictions prohibit you from bringing anyone on stage. Packed flat as well. All you need for this effect is a deck of cards, an envelope, and the gimmick, which comes in this handy packaging. So put that all together in your performance case and you've got it ready just in case you need it. The handling of the gimmick is quite clever and elegant as well. You can open it up with the normal fold out method or you can flip it out as the effect of the name suggests. Which brings me to the bad. The custom-made gimmick is made out of poster paper, so there'll be some wear and tear on it the more you use it, especially if you use the flip out production. So be very careful with it because you don't want to accidentally rip it when you flip it. Fortunately, you're provided with some clear stickers that you can put over the weak spots so that it will reinforce it and keep it alive that much longer. Personally, I just do the fold out method because I want it to last a long time and flipping it just scares me. Even though it looks cool, but I don't think it's necessary unless you've got a really good line that goes with it or something. The other negative is that much like the Magician's Insurance Policy, this effect is what you see is what you get. The final revelation is always going to be the 8 of Spades. Some might see this as a negative and a limitation, but I don't think that is the case so much because your audience is likely to only ever see this effect once. The size of the revelation is A3, so I guess if it does completely rip and break, I suppose it's possible to print out your own and then asphyxiate it to the plastic cards front and back, which is quite sturdy and will last a long time. The final negative I can think of is that this trick is not a showstopper and something that people will get super hyped up about. I know this is the case because it's been out for a few years now and no one in the magic industry is talking about it. Which I guess is a good thing because if you're the only one doing it, then you're unique in that case. Audiences are not likely to be fooled by this effect once they backtrack it through their minds, and I think that's okay. This trick is not one where you're supposed to take it seriously and present it super seriously, because if you do, it's likely to turn your audience off. The rest. The tutorial video is 20 minutes long, is taught by Dean Atkinson, and goes through the history, the handling of the gimmick, how to flip it slow and fast. He also goes through maintenance of the gimmick to make it last longer, and then 3 ways to force a card ranging from easy to advanced, so you've got choices when it comes to card handling. You also get access to a PDF script of the whole effect, so that if you needed any lines or don't know what to say, you can use it, but I suggest you don't use it and write your own script instead, just to see how original you can be. As for how I perform this, if you've got the opportunity to pre-show or have someone select the card beforehand, then you'll be able to trim 1 or 2 minutes off your routine and allow you to focus purely on the presentation once you're on stage. There's pros and cons to this, of course, the pro being that you eliminate the whole card selection process, which might be dull and boring on stage unless you can make it really fun. And the con being, is the magic weaker or stronger if they select a card compared to think of a card? I don't know the answer, but that's the fun of performing in magic, you know? You get to try things, change things, and then try it again and see what works and what doesn't, and then go from there. Will this effect suit everyone? Of course not, but if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, I could use that in my act, then use the referral link in below to go to the website Piper Magic, who are the only ones selling this effect, and you'll be able to get 10% off that and anything else from the site. And while you're down there finding the link, you might as well hit like on this video as well, because it's really helpful, and thank you for doing so. If you did it. Even if you don't, thank you anyway. This effect knows it's not a killer routine that will get you a standing ovation. Think of it more like an entree before the main course. A show that consists of only main course is like too full on and pretty bad structure and will tire an audience out. Do I perform this at every show I do? Honestly, no. If I've got a 15-20 minute show, I'm gonna put all my strongest effects into there. But if I've got a longer show, which is like 60 minutes long, then this is one of those effects which is perfect for that. However, if I can fill this routine out with some solid jokes and a tight script, then I'll be able to grow it into a solid comedy magic routine that can go into any act. And if you're looking to improve your own act, check out this video next for some tips that you can potentially apply to this trick or any of your other magic. And until next time, have a magical day.